Form filters. Within the form application, we have two different options of filters. You can find them here inside the search area, the dynamic search and quick search. By default, the application will bring the dynamic search like this. With the options, you can select here the fields and the condition. So the dynamic search is activated, but you need to select the fields to display the field here inside the application. If you go to the toolbar, you will be able to see the two filters placed here in the left side, but then the dynamic search, it's not being displayed because you need, as I said, to select the fields. Let's start with the dynamic search. I will close here the option, dynamic search, select fields. So as we can see, there's no fields selected. I will select all fields, and then we can see the options here, dynamic search, select fields, and you can search according to the field individually. In this case, you can combine more than one field. In the case category name, you will type here and search. In the case of this form I am using here, it doesn't make sense because then we are using a single row. I will focus more in the options of the field itself, but basically you have individual fields and you can search the criteria inside the form application and search. We can see here only one result with this category name. Okay, so then when we cancel, when we reset, we have here all categories again. Let's explore more the options here. You have the search criteria. If you select here according to the field, it will be displayed or not inside the dynamic search, so you can select more criteria. You have the settings options, general settings options. You can use the option and you can display the conditions. You can have it fixed within the development environment, or you can enable this option so the final user will be able to select the condition. So if I place here again, I'll have here the option all or any. Then you have also the option for autocomplete. If you are using it inside the fields of the form, it will be used also inside the dynamic search. So if I go here inside one field, for example, category name, I can use here the option autocomplete. Then I'll be able also to have it inside the dynamic search. Okay, so you have here the options, settings and search criteria. Then you have the settings inside the dynamic search, where you can set the position of the conditions and alignment of the condition. You can also set the option for the key enter if you're going to use it to tab or not. Okay, so let's now learn more about the quick search. The quick search will have different options. The first one is regarding the layout. You have extended, which is the one we have here. Let me cancel the dynamic search. So this is the layout for the extended. Okay, if you choose to simplify it, we are going to have the options inline like this, all fields and individual fields, conditions, and quick search, where you're going to place the search. In the case here, we are using the option all fields, and then it's going to select the fields with this condition. You have the option to highlight the results. You can also set here the button for the search area. I mean, you can include this button inside the search area or not. We are talking about here the button for the search, this button here. So let's remove it from the search area so we can see the difference. outside the search area, we have the button here. You can put it inside again. And then you have the option to display the combo box in the simplified layout. We are talking about the combo box here for all fields and for the conditions. Okay, for the conditions, you can choose the options here. So if you leave, for example, only one condition, the condition equal to or contains, then script case will display the option. A script case will not display the option because you have only one single condition, so it removes. Okay, but then when we are talking to the option all fields, we give you this option here to display or not the combo box, but then you have to combine some options here using the settings for all fields and for individual fields. Let me explain here this part. So you have here this all fields. It includes the fields you select here. In the case we are using automatically, so if you set here to use manual, you will select here the fields you want to include to this all fields options. Let's include here, for example, these 3 fields. And then in the case here, we have the option all fields with the selected fields, and we have the individual fields. Then for the individual fields, I can have them all applied according to the fields available, or I can define manually. So if I define manually, for example, only one field here, we are going to have the option all fields and the only individual field category name. Okay, so we can set the application to search by all fields according to the fields we select here, or only by category name. If I remove all fields from individual option, so it's empty here, I will have only the option all fields. So when I have this option here not activated, this option will disappear because the final user will not know the all fields, what is inside the all fields. So if you activate it, the final user will see only the combo box with the option all fields and also the combo box with the equal condition, okay, and will be able to search. But since we don't have options for the final user to choose in here, you can use this option to remove this combo boxes. So it will make the visual here simpler, okay, and the final user will not know the details. You will define the details. So it's up to the developer to choose here the options for the individual fields and for the all fields option. Okay, so this is the options for the quick search and the dynamic search of the form application. So those are the options for the dynamic search and quick search for the form application.